if I'm down watershed with a vibe, like I'm not ready to be like this super tough guy. Like that just don't make sense. So like it's the time
And
for
I know people that'll be the super tough guy down the watershed on the vibe. And that's the guy that don't get none of the girls because he over there too hard.
yeah.
Okay? But then you would ask that man, oh, I gotta pay attention. I gotta keep my head on the swivel. I've been down here before, seen somebody get jumped. We can't.
It's not even that deep.
Right? And it's like men, there are men that feel like they can't relax and cannot enjoy themselves because they have to wait or look out for potential dangers in life. Like I could not live with that kind of pressure. Like you mean I can't relax, nigga?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or like if I'm going to Walmart with my mom,
Mm-hmm.
like I be chilling. Like there ain't no need to be like a super tough guy.
With Mom Duke, some people would still do it, okay? And like that's the craziest thing. And the fact that vulnerability is already a feared subject. I hate that it is demonized in media and songs, and you got all of these people, these influencers and people that people follow condemning vulnerability. Okay, what was that video? The Jim Jones video.
Yeah.
I hate and like I like Jim Jones, Dipset. You know, couldn't tell me I wasn't a part of Bird Gang as a kid. But however, hearing him say what he said, and I get why, because that is my job to understand somebody's perspective, and I get why he said. But you can hear how guarded this man is in this video, and it's just like it hurts a bit. To hear that this how you gotta be. You don't have nobody you can share these things with. Nobody you can tell about the shit that you gotta carry every day. And you're supposed to carry it every fucking day?
Mm-hmm.
How? And then not to mention there's probably no self-care in that. So you're supposed to carry this shit every day without taking care of yourself. And there's the high rates of suicide. There's the undiagnosed mental health issues. There's the accidental overdoses because you guys are trying to do something that is physically impossible
Exactly.
every day.
Niggas don't know what I've been through. I couldn't, and I never complained once. You heard? I got up off my ass and got to it. I got a family, nigga. I never let my son felt nothing that I went through. I never let my lady felt nothing I went through. My mom's never felt nothing I went through.
Okay? And so being as though Jim Jones is in this video bragging about not expressing himself and never complaining, villainizing, asking for help. That bothers the living crap out of me. The fact that you don't think that you're supposed to ask for help.
For sure.
Men think they're not supposed to ask for help and they think they're supposed to do it all alone. And I'm just like, how? Since the beginning of time, we needed help.
For sure.
But you saying for sure, okay? But there's times where you've told me that you're not supposed to get help, okay? Or you've condemned help.
Yeah, I'm growing.
Okay, but that was instilled in you too, though. You were taught not to ask for help.
Yeah, for sure. That was like in my DNA at one point.
Can you think of like growing up and what it was like to ask for help?
It wasn't even a thought, like, cause the guys I looked up to growing up, they didn't ask for help. So I was like, I'm not ready to ask for help. Big bro ain't do it. I'm not ready to do it. It's that simple.
Condition, generational trauma. Okay, they didn't do it. Nobody around me asked for help, so I'm not. That's not what we supposed to do. You would think, right? And then you would think that asking for help makes me seem weak, because why can't I do it on my own? That must mean I'm lacking something that I can't do it on my own.
Right.
How can you build anything on your own? You can build a whole house by yourself. No, there got to be somebody else to hold the stuff, and even down to your most innate ability to hunt and gather. Right? You could not do that by yourself. You needed somebody to watch you, or you would get ate by animals.
For sure.
Okay, so since the beginning of the time, you guys have not been doing this by yourself. Okay, right. But asking for help means what?
Being vulnerable.
Oh, because I gotta admit that I'm lacking something.
Right.
I gotta admit shame. Okay? And shame is one of those feelings that if we're shameful about something, we think that if somebody else finds out, we're unlovable or we broken or damaged. Damn, you can't even ask for help without feeling shame.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I'm not. At one point in time, I wouldn't recommend it, but I would recommend it now.
Good. I'm glad that you grew there. Okay. And I also noticed a thing in this video about him discussing, like him feeling like he couldn't discuss his feelings and emotions with people. Right. Some people say, yeah, I ain't telling them that. People use it against me.
Yeah, that's another real thing. That's why I feel like that's why I still struggle. You gotta know, you gotta know who you revealing certain information to.
Mm. And like, what does it mean if you reveal something to the wrong person?
If you reveal certain information to the wrong person, they might use it against you. Like they might look at it like, okay, now I know this about them. I'm gonna act like I care, but I'm gonna just use this information and try to set them back.
Mm.
Some people be on that.
All right, so they use your weaknesses against you.
Right, they use your weaknesses against you.
And it feels like you don't feel protected once people know certain things about you.
Right, so
Exposed, open.
yeah, it's a complex situation because it's like you want to be vulnerable, but it's like you don't want to be looked at a certain way for, or you don't want to be taken advantage of. So like it just come down, but that's why I'm sitting here with you because I don't trust what's going on out here in the streets.
Good, okay, because he decided that I do need somebody to talk to about this, but it can't be anybody. Okay,
Right.
so I had to find my person to talk to about this.
Yeah.
Right?
Even though my mom wasn't big on mental health or big on mental health growing up, still though, like when I was a kid, for the smallest thing, I would go see a dermatologist, a dentist, a primary care doctor, anything. So like, I just kind of took that same approach. Like, you got a toothache, you go to the dentist. You got the flu, you go to the doc, with that, so on and so forth. So I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, Mommy not setting my doctor's appointments now. I got mental health problems, so I go see a psychiatrist.
But like the fact that you were able to make that deduction, a lot of people don't even feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I had to do something because I felt like I seen death coming. Like I had to do something.
And that is a real thing for men. How often do they see their deaths coming? Do they see that they're involved in situations that are too much and too heavy, and then they don't feel like they have anybody to go to about it? The fact that vulnerability can mean death.
Yeah.
Like you can die being vulnerable. And I didn't understand it first, so I had to really take that perspective. All right, so one of my clients was in jail for over 20 years. Said, all right, now say I decide to take a friend. Okay, this person he knew into the jail, and I decided to take him underneath my wing. I don't know what that person got going on. Okay, and now he think that I'm weak because I took him underneath my wing, and now he's shanking me and taking my stuff. And it's like, dang, just being a friend to somebody.
Yeah,
like y'all don't even feel like you can make friends. Women will be in a bathroom with a female for 10 minutes, okay, and she will be our very best friend, okay, by the end of that night. Okay, we dancing all night together. But you guys don't have that luxury.
No, it's like if as a guy, it's like if I ain't know you 10 years, it's like I probably just say what's up to you.
You gotta have time in it. You gotta vet this person. I gotta fox them out. I gotta see. I had one client say I gotta go take people through tests. Are you loyal? Can I be vulnerable around you? I'll give a person fake information just to see if I can trust them with it.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
And I don't want to be a man to save my damn life. Like everything is a thing. Like you can't do nothing without it being a thing. And that even goes to social media, right? And the men laws on social media. You guys can't do nothing without being sassy. As soon as a man enjoys himself, he's sassy.
Yeah, I be saying it, but I don't be agreeing with it.
Good. So you'll smoke hookah. You'll blow the rings?
Yeah, I know how to blow the rings.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Now they try to make, he's sassy if he's smoking hookah. Like, please enjoy yourself. And there was this one video I seen of men frolicking. Did you see the video of men frolicking? Just had men going like this, jumping around. It's like, oh, he's gay. He's dancing. He's gay. You can't even bust a two-step without somebody thinking you gay.
Yeah.
Okay? So with all of these expectations and pressures, it's like, how do you be you? Okay? And Aaron, how many of these myths do you agree with?
I don't really agree with none of these myths because
Good.
for a long time that's how I was living. Like I was living by these myths, and when I was living by them, like I wasn't in alignment. It's like I was living by them, but I didn't. Me personally, I didn't believe in them wholeheartedly, but I didn't know nothing else.
And what Aaron just described is cognitive dissonance, right? It's when we're doing something that goes against our own personal values and morals. Okay, like, and we can feel that when you're acting out of alignment, and when you falling out of alignment, you can feel it, right? And that's kind of how Aaron is on this journey that he's on today. And I did ask him a little bit about his story. Okay, so he did give us a little bit about where he's from. But Aaron, what's your story?
My story, like I said, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I was born, I was I was born and raised in Baltimore County, but like I said, my mom from the Caribbean, so I was raised in the Caribbean household. With me, my sister, and my older brother. So I mean, growing up, like I feel like I had a nice childhood growing up. We had shelter, clothes, food. Like I ain't know how it felt to be hungry till I was like kind of on my own. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid, I ain't know what hungry was till it was on me to make sure I eat. That's when I was like, damn, that's what it felt like to be hungry. But at the same time, it's like my mother was always at work. She was a single parent, so a lot of stuff I learned from the community, like these certain myths
Mm-hmm.
that we discussed, and I learned these from being in
Learned them from the streets.
yeah, in like a better term, I learned them in the streets, and I practiced them for a while. But like I said, after a while, I could feel that I wasn't in alignment, and I'm the type of person I'd rather be in alignment because stuff will make more sense. Because when you follow these myths, you'll find yourself in situations that's you be confused how you even got in them. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't even believe in this. Like this ain't even me. How I end up in this situation? So like once that kept happening, I'm like something gotta change. Something gotta change.
And what I want to hone in on is men paying attention to their experiences. If you keep finding yourself in the same situation over and over again, what makes you do the same exact shit?
Right.
Like something has to change. You have to disrupt that, and that's kind of the goal of therapy is for you to uncover these patterns and figure out why do I keep going on the same merry-go-round. Okay, and it's important for us to figure that out. And Aaron, so you said one thing that you said is that your mom worked a lot. How was that? So if mom worked a lot,
Mm-hmm.
where's dad?
Not in the picture.
Not in the picture. Okay, that is a common factor in our communities. Only households with just a mom in it. And then with those households, there's so much financial pressures in there that mom has to overperform at work, and that leads to a decreased attention to the child, decrease the ability for her to be able to perform her duties as a mother. How did that impact you?
I feel like that impacted me in a way that I feel like I was as a kid I'd be doing too much, like, but it wouldn't be like my behavior was poor. Like as a kid, I would get put out of school. I get put out of
Mm.
school, come back to school, and get put out 3 days later. But
Mm.
it wasn't that I had like I was really like a demon child. It's just that I wanted attention, and I didn't care if it was bad or if it was good.
I love that Aaron said that because as a child, how do you communicate? Behaviors. So
Yeah.
if you notice that your child's behaviors is changing, that is that child's attempt to communicate. And if you keep getting in trouble, I want to be seen. That screams, "See me, look at me." But the problem is, and we all got to reflect it, because I know there's a lot of hardworking moms out here. Is that yeah, we provide them, but now that maternal energy is missing. So what does that leave? Abandonment. Yeah, like how do you? I don't abandon my child. I'm always there. How are you always there if you're always at work?
Yeah.
Okay, so some of those dynamics lead to core wounds that men never get to uncover because they don't go through this process. Who would know that a mom that worked a lot is trauma? We would not know that that's trauma. He's like, oh yeah, that's normal. My mother was never home. Who fed you? Nobody. Noodles. Like you just like that shit normal.
That's what make it worse. This is a norm. This unfortunately this is normal. Like my friend's moms was never home, so me and my friend we just be outside on our phone.
Thugging.
Like yeah, we just be outside like since a young age.
Mm-hmm. And leaving susceptible to all of those things that the community can teach you versus it being taught by a stable dad.
Right? Yeah, my child. If I would have had a, I mean, my mom did the best she could.
Yep, we ain't gonna take that from moms because we know.
My mom did the absolutely best she could. But if I was to have like the traditional household set up, like a dad and a mom or somebody that could help me with my homework when I get home from school, if I'd have had that, stuff would be different. But I'm still thankful for how things went.
So you feel like not having a dad really impacted you?
Yeah, I feel like not having a dad impacted me, but at the same time, like I said, like being as though my mom played the dad and the mom role, I feel like it's just
It evened out.
yeah, it evened out.
And so, who did you look to in your like in your family or life for that male attention or that male provider? Like, who taught you those things?
Who taught me those things? So like I had a best friend. Like since like first grade, we probably spent all our free time together at the school and weekends and summers. His name Mook. Me and Mook spent up until now we spend a lot of our free time together. But like so I'll be with Mook. So when I leave school, like as in elementary school, I'll be with Mook. But like Mook family had a little bit more structure than mine. So like